Hey everyone. For those of you who have me on social media, you may have seen my poster where I talked about how I have this like gigantic pile of movies, like DVDs, Blu-rays, VHS, whatever, that just accumulated in my bedroom here, and I've decided this year for 2019 I might as well, finally watch some of them. So I'm trying to do one a week, and I'll hopefully post a review here. But we've seen my schedule, my upload schedule, so I can promise you that I'll try my best. We'll see what happens. So anyways, the first film I actually watched from this pile was 1997's Event Horizon. So Event Horizon was directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, who later went on to do the Resident Evil films and Alien vs. Predator. And it starred Sam Neill and a not quite Matrix, not quite Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Lawrence Fishburne. So I also want to get this out of the way quick. This film is like infamous for its like lost 30 minutes of film. So apparently, for those of you who don't know, a brief rundown of the plot. So the film is about a scientist and a rescue crew get sent way out into space looking for this long-lost ship, the Event Horizon. They finally find it, and when they go aboard, they realize that there's kind of something wrong with it, something a little fishy with it, right? So it turns out, this ship is so special because it can travel through space and time, kind of like what's talked about in Interstellar. But only problem here is when this ship went through space and time, it dipped into some kind of spooky chaos dimension, and brought some of it back with it on the ship. So that being said, you gotta expect some crazy visuals for this like chaos dimension and all this crazy stuff. It's compared to Hell a lot. So Anderson filmed a ton of footage for this, and some insane stuff was shot. We're talking about like amputees were brought in to make some of the cannibal scenes more realistic. There was pornographic stunt doubles used for some of them, the rape scenes to make them more realistic. Just insane stuff, right? So obviously, once this film went to get rated, it was originally hit with the NC-17, which is just, you're done. And eventually, over 30 minutes of these scenes were removed completely to get it down to, I believe, an R. The tragedy here, though, arguably, lies in the fact that this was filmed in, like, 95, 96, I believe. It came out in 97. Meaning, this was before, like, DVD and digital was a big thing, so this was all on film, meaning a lot of it is just completely lost now. It's disintegrated, it's gone. So we will never see this footage, unfortunately. If you were looking for something like that, though, this film still has tons of crazy footage like this. So I think you'll be okay still. So all in, this is a fantastic late 90s horror sci-fi film. If you're a fan of things like Ghost Ship or 13 Ghosts, stuff like that, you will love this movie so much. There's some fantastic effects, and I really can't recommend it enough. So if you want to avoid spoilers, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to skip to the end of the video to link on to my Letterboxd account, and thank you again so much for watching. So, if you're still here, we will dive into the spoilers now. So, the story of this film is actually a lot more interesting than you might think. If we look at our two main characters, as I said, we have Sam Neill, who plays Dr. Weir, and Lawrence Fishburne, who plays Captain Miller. At first, Weir seems like our main protagonist. He's a more relatable character. And Miller seems kind of like the tight-ass captain who we respect, but we can't really relate to. As the film progresses, though, we learn that both of them have massive guilt over different things. Dr. Weir feels guilt over his wife's suicide, and Miller feels guilt over a man he had to leave behind on a mission. What's really interesting here, though, is how the characters deal with their respective guilt with this whole Chaos Dimension thing going around. So we see Dr. Weir get consumed by his guilt and basically give himself up to this dimension. It's like Hell Dimension, and the effects they use for it are fantastic. And we also get to see Miller completely deny it and stand up to his guilt and deal with it. This makes the conflict between them in the end super interesting, and it's really cool. It's a really good idea. It's a really deep idea for a horror sci-fi film of the 90s, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. So, as I said earlier, though, this is a great late 90s horror film. I cannot recommend it enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is hopefully the first of many videos. We'll see, though, because we've seen my upload schedule. So if you want to hop on my Letterboxd, you can see the reviews I write. I do review... If you like this at all, feel free to hop on my Letterboxd. I write reviews there weekly. And that's honestly it. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll hopefully see you soon. But you know I fucking won't, though.